Hello everyone, PS Spirit here. Happy 2022. It's been a year. I thought, let's do the favorite comics of 2021 since it was a hit last year. It was one of my most, popular uploads of 2021. So I thought, why not give it a shot and do it again? I will also be doing surprises of 2021 and disappointments of 2021. So, jam on that like and subscribe button. And, hey, if you like this video, you might want to watch the next two. So let's get started with the floppies. I got two. First one is it Star Wars or is it Sherlock Holmes? I can't tell. Well, the floppies are Sherlock Holmes and Star Wars, A Journey into Star Wars, Shattered Empire. What should I talk about first? I'll talk about Star Wars first. The reason I have to tip my glasses is my vision isn't the greatest, guys. I have to use a magnifier in order to read my comics. If you want a video on how I read comics, let me know in the description box down below. Well, comments down below. Star Wars. I love me some Star Wars. I know the fandom isn't the greatest, but I love the series. I haven't watched Mandalorian yet, and I do have Visions to watch, so I'm not up to date, but I would like to be, up to date. But this story is written by Greg Rucka and drawn by Mark Checchetto. Yes, the guy who did Wonder Woman, who wrote Wonder Woman, and the person who's drawn Daredevil, the current Daredevil with Chip Zdarsky. I've read an issue of Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky, and I loved it. I haven't covered it, Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky yet, but I might do that in March if I can get the issues. Still, Mark Checchetto's art is really gritty and dark, and it emphasizes lore, and Greg Rucka seems to be telling a really interesting story that connects episodes 6 with episode 7. So this is supposed to explain what happens, how the First Order comes to be, yada yada. We deal with Leia, we deal with Luke, we deal with Han Solo, and he seems like he's got a good grasp of the characters, and I really enjoyed it. Then Sherlock Holmes, year one. Yeah, I love Sherlock Holmes too. That's another favorite franchise. I love the movies. The only thing I have not liked is Enola Holmes, and I mentioned that in my video when I reviewed or covered it on my channel. This is supposed to be the introduction, the origin of how Sherlock Holmes and Mr. Watson meets. They have to deal with Watson almost getting murdered, and they have to solve the mystery of why he wants to be murdered. Maybe there's some cahoots with the mob or something. I don't know. I'm still behind on both of these, but I am interested in figuring out what happens next. Now let's get on to the trades. Attack out of the range, Killer Snow. This is written by and drawn by Bill Hunter. Calvin and Hobbes. Yes, I've done 2 Calvin and Hobbes books this year, and this one was more my favorite out of the 2 because it felt like the Peanuts Treasury, and that is my favorite comic book of all time. It felt like it told like a story from the beginning of summer to the end of summer, and I kind of like that kind of story. I think it's cool storytelling, maybe tool for Arsenal. Now this book isn't as big as my other one. I feel there's pros and cons to how big a comic or graphic novel can be. The art might look better, but I'm magnifying it underneath my magnifier, and I sometimes don't know if it will fit underneath there. And I think this is like a good size. So there's no coloring in here, unlike the other one. And there's some funny stories like Calvin trying to give Susie chickenpox, Calvin trying to steal Susie's doll and ransoming for money, and then Hobbs gets stolen by Susie. If you don't know what Calvin and Hobbs is, it's just this mischievous boy Calvin and his pet tiger who's a stuffed animal. And Hobbs, they get into shenanigans. They're just a bunch of hooligans, to be honest, but they're lovable hooligans. I feel like, this is a good book. Let's do Sheets and Delicates, since that's kind of the recent books that I read this year. Most of the books that I cover aren't, up to date, like the current newest book. We got Sheets and Delicates. I love these books. Yeah, no surprise. I loved A Sheet's Tale last year, and the graphic novel was made onto this list as well. I have feeling this is, well, unless you count Peanuts, it's the only thing that made a repeat from last year. I love the coloring. I love the story. It's very calm, relaxing, and sorry about the background noise. Relaxing and relaxing, and a great story for any all ages. I feel like this would be great, like cartoon. I feel like kids, adults, young adults can all relate to the stories of Margarine and the ghost. Yeah. If you don't know what the story is, basically a girl runs a laundromat and ghosts appear, and she has to deal with the death of her mother. In the second book, she has to deal with fitting in into, middle school. She deals with photography. I know I'm not explaining it well, and there's probably background noise. I'm so sorry for that. I don't edit, so I'm sorry for that. Yep, this book is really, really great. Next book, by Chuck Dixon, art done by Carrie Frank and Matt Kent. This was really fun. I guess it's kind of bombastic if you think about it. It's very over the top and kind of crazy, but in the good kind of way. This deals with, Oracle, or Black Canary, Catwoman, and they're just fighting, their usual foes like the Mad Hatter and stuff like that. I do have a question. Is Oracle ableist? I don't really know. I really love Oracle, but I haven't gotten to the part where they change her back into Batgirl. I don't know. I just really love the character Oracle, but they try to put it back in Three Jokers, but yeah. Thanks, Alan Moore, for giving us a great character, but yeah. Just DC tried putting it back in the bottle, and it's like when you make a person of, representing, like a certain minority, it's like if you put it back in the bottle, it's kind of a slap in the face. Batman 66, Volume 2. The reason this made the list and not Batgirl Volume 2 to the death, that's gonna go on another list. We'll have to find out. The next video, Batman 66, you know, it's Adam West Batman dealing with his foes. My favorite story was the Joker, because he's a fictitious funster, and I think that's a fun phrase. The book is very colorful, it's very vibrant. And I like this one better than the one with the man from Uncle, because I felt like that there was a lot of metatext and subtext that I didn't think need to be in there. This is supposed to be just fun stories. I just want to have fun with it. Daredevil by Mark Waid and Chris Samney. I love me some Daredevil. He is my favorite superhero because he is blind. He is legally blind, not totally blind. There's a difference. Being legally blind means that you have vision of 2200 and below, where you have a certain field aspect of your vision. Totally blind means you can't see a thing. If you want to know the difference, I am legally blind. Yeah, I have to use a magnifier in order to read the comics. Yeah, the coloring is beautiful. The story is great. I want to read more. I want to go back to the beginning. This wasn't a book where, oh, I randomly picked up a volume and didn't know what was going on. I felt like I understood what was going on. I really found the first page to be funny with the advertisement for Matt looking for a, you know, apprentice, you know, to fill in for Foggy. The art is great, especially the panel where Matt on the silver surfboard. And we deal with the Hulk later on. All in all, it's a pretty good book. You can't see here, mine is signed. You have to put it underneath a magnifier to get it to see the signature. Which I think is kind of fun, since this was the first thing I bought from my local comic book store. Finally, I can't have a favorite comic graphic novel list without some type of Stoopy. Well, for me at least. This is the Peanuts Omnibus. It's out of print. It was by Andrew Michael Publishing. They did the Calvin and Hobbes books. And I just love going through the history of Peanuts. I still think the Peanuts Treasury is my favorite comic book of all time. This might be, it might be up there. I love this dive into the history and the mindset of Charles M. Schulz. It showed, you know, all the different aspects of how Peanuts, you know, came to be. And I think I bumbled in my live stream. Well, I think I'm bumbling here with the background noise, but I am doing my best. Yeah. I got no control. That's part of being a YouTuber, you know, trying your best, and if you fail, hey, you failed. It's no biggie. You can just try again. Now, I would like to talk about some goals. I have a feeling at the end of each of these videos, I'm going to talk about goals. I guess the main goal I have for this channel is just to have fun with it. The last 2 months have been kind of stressful because I don't know what people want. And I'm like, I kind of want to grow, but I want to grow naturally, not viral. I want to, you know, be, you know, authentic to myself. And I know indie books aren't, you know, what everybody's cup of tea or a can of soda, but I just love them and kind of want to talk about them. I still talk about Marvel and DC from time to time, but you know, comics for everyone. Some people are like, oh, I don't want to read. I just want to listen and watch a movie or a TV show. And I kind of also like to live stream a little bit more. I kind of want to get better at it. I think I'm getting better at, recorded videos, but I like to do better live streams, get better interaction, because that's what social media is all about, interacting with the community. Another goal I have is maybe changing up the setup of, my little office area here. I might move the bookcase. I might get some figures. I might get a statue. I might get a poster on the back of the wall, because I noticed when I had video game stuff in my background, the comic section didn't turn off. And yes, I did moan, groan, a bitch about it for, the past couple months. But the reason I did that was because I felt it was censorship to you guys. It felt like you guys didn't get to put input because YouTube was censoring the comic section. I know this is long-winded, but thanks for sticking through the video. I just want to say thank you to everyone for the support. Thank you, for liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, etc., etc. Listen, everyone, it's time to say goodbye. Jam on the like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching. Always stay classy.